As a business owner, you know that in order to stay competitive, you need to be constantly innovating. You've been considering hiring a chief creative officer to help you with this, but you're not sure if it's the right decision. After all, this is a significant investment. You decide to do some research and ask other business owners who have hired a CCO what their experience has been like. You quickly learn that there are pros and cons to having a CCO on staff. On the one hand, they can help you develop new ideas and products that can help your business grow. On the other hand, they can be expensive, and their ideas might not always be successful. Like most businesses, you don't have the time or resources to hire a full-time chief creative officer. That's where Fractional Cco services come in. A Fractional Cco is a professional who specializes in helping businesses improve their conversion rates and grow their revenue. They can help with all aspects of marketing, from website design to content creation. This video will explore what Fractional Cco services are available and why you should consider outsourcing your Cco needs. We will also look at the pros and cons of hiring a virtual Cco versus an in-house Cco. So, whether you are just starting out and don't have the budget for a full-time Cco, or you want to improve your business's performance without the hassle of hiring someone new, read on to find out how a virtual Cco can help your company grow. What is a Fractional Chief Creative Officer? A Fractional Cco is a professional who specializes in helping businesses improve their conversion rates and grow their revenue. They can help with all aspects of marketing, from website design to content creation. While they have creative in their title, they're much more than just a visionary. They are experts in marketing and understand how to drive results. What services do Fractional Ccos offer? Fractional Ccos offer a wide range of services, including strategy development. A Cco can help you develop a marketing strategy tailored to your business's needs. Working backward from your goal, they'll create a plan that gets you there. Marketing management. A virtual Cco can help you with all aspects of marketing, from email campaigns to SEO and social media. They'll be able to give direction to your team or take control themselves if needed. Website design and development. Having an outdated website is like having a bad website. It can hurt your business's image and cause you to lose customers. A Fractional Cco can help you update your website to look modern and professional. Copywriting. The right words can make all the difference when it comes to marketing. The Cco can help you create powerful, persuasive copy that will drive conversions. Creative services. Ccos are experts in creativity, and they can help you come up with new ideas for products, services, or marketing campaigns. Conversion rate optimization. Ccos are experts in conversion rate optimization and can help you make your website more user-friendly and increase the number of visitors who convert into customers. Content creation. A Cco can help you create high-quality, engaging content that will drive traffic to your website and improve your SEO rankings. Lead generation. A Cco can help you with lead generation by creating an effective marketing strategy that generates more leads for your business. They'll be able to set up a campaign, monitor results, and make changes as necessary. As you can see, a Chief Creative Officer can help you with everything from strategy development to content creation. They are experts in marketing and know how to drive results for your business. Why should you outsource your Cco? One of the most significant benefits of outsourcing your Cco is cost savings. A Fractional Cco costs less money than hiring a full-time employee to do the same job. They also don't require benefits or vacation time, which can be expensive for small businesses. We'll go into more detail about the benefits of outsourcing your Cco in the next section. The benefits of hiring a Fractional Cco. The benefits of outsourcing your Chief Creative Officer are numerous, including experience. By hiring a Fractional Chief Creative Officer, you gain access to a wealth of experience. They have worked in the field for many years and know how to get results. While you may not think hiring someone with so much experience is necessary, remember that it's all about ROI. You'll be paying less money than if you hired an inexperienced person full-time, and you'll get all of their experience for it. You can also save money by only hiring them for the time you need them. If your business is seasonal, this can be very beneficial because they're not tied down to a long-term contract. Cost savings. As we mentioned earlier, the cost of hiring a Fractional Chief Creative Officer is significantly lower than that of having a full-time employee. This can be very beneficial for small businesses because they don't have to worry about making payroll or providing benefits to their employees. What's new to change? If you've been in business for a while and feel like things are getting stale, then hiring a Fractional Chief Creative Officer could be just what your company needs. They will inject fresh ideas into the mix and help revitalize your brand so that it's relevant and profitable again. Market advantage. If your competitors are using a Fractional Cco, then you'll want to as well. Outsourcing this position can give you a leg up on the competition and help you stay ahead of the curve. You'll want to find a Chief Creative Officer with experience in your industry so you can achieve a market advantage over your competitors. Fresh perspective. A Fractional Chief Creative Officer can provide your business with a fresh perspective, which is essential for growth. They will help you look at things from a new angle and come up with innovative ideas that you may not have thought of before. Growth. If your business is growing or you want it to grow faster, then hiring a fractional chief creative officer could be just what you need. They'll be able to help with everything from strategy development to content creation so that you can achieve more growth quickly and effectively. The other great thing about outsourcing your Cco's job is that you'll have more time to focus on what matters most: running your business. You won't have to spend hours every day doing work that's not directly related to the core of your company, which means you'll be able to use that extra time wisely by focusing on growth and development instead. The risks of outsourcing your Cco: while there are many benefits to outsourcing your chief creative officer, there are some risks as well. You must be aware of these before making any final decisions on whether or not this is right for your company and what type of contract will best suit both parties involved. The biggest risk is that you'll lose control over the creative process if you outsource it. This can be difficult to overcome because your Cco is responsible for overseeing all aspects of your brand's development, including marketing strategy and content creation. Giving up a portion of creative control is incredibly difficult for business owners to do. It's not just about handing over the reins, it's also giving up some of your identity as well. Another risk is that you may not get the results you're hoping for. This can be due to several factors, such as poor communication or mismatched expectations. Make sure that both parties are clear on what's expected from each other before signing any contracts, and be prepared to renegotiate if things don't go according to plan. Finally, the relationships between an outsourced Cco and the rest of your team can be strained if they aren't given enough time to build trust with each other. This is especially true for creative work because there are often different opinions on how things should be done or who should get the final say in decisions such as which colors to use or what the brand's voice should sound like. If you're going to outsource this position, make sure that you have a clear idea of what type of person will be best for your company and its unique needs before signing any contracts or agreements with agencies or freelancers. Hiring a fractional Cco can be the answer to your prayers if you're looking for help with revitalizing your brand and driving growth. But before you can do that, you need to understand what this position entails and what type of person would be the best fit for your company. Pros and cons to hiring a Bcco. Like every decision you'll make for your business, there are pros and cons. Pros to hiring a virtual chief creative officer include working with someone who has experience working in your industry and understands what it takes to be successful. This means fewer growing pains for you as an entrepreneur since they'll already know what works best, so the learning curve won't be as steep. An opportunity to build a long-term relationship with one of the most important members of your team. A good Cco can help take your company to the next level, so you must find someone you click with and an excellent cultural fit for your organization. Having access to their expertise and knowledge without worrying about paying benefits or vacation time. This type of arrangement also allows you to scale their services up or down as needed, which can be incredibly helpful if your business is in a growth spurt or you're experiencing a lull, getting help with tasks that are eating into your time and preventing you from focusing on your company's core. A good Cco will take care of most of the day-to-day tasks related to branding and creative work, freeing up your time so you can focus on more important things. Cons to hiring a virtual Cco include the risk that you'll lose control over the creative process if you outsource it. This could be difficult to overcome because your Bcco is responsible for overseeing all aspects of your brand's development, including marketing strategy and content creation. It takes a significant amount of time and effort to find a good Bcco who is also a cultural fit for your company culture. There are plenty of people out there who claim they're qualified for this position when really all they've got going on their resume is experience in another field. So be sure you do your homework before hiring someone new. Pros and cons to hiring an in-house Cco. When it comes to hiring an in-house chief creative officer, there are pros and cons to consider. On the one hand, having a dedicated Cco can bring cohesion to your branding and marketing efforts. They can also help develop creative strategies that achieve specific goals and provide leadership and mentorship for your team of creatives. On the other hand, hiring a full-time Cco can be expensive, and they may not be the best fit for your organization if you don't have the budget to support them. What is the right chief creative officer model for your company? There are two ways you can hire a chief creative officer: an in-house Cco or a virtual one. Both models have pros and cons, so it's important to consider your company's needs before making any decisions about which path is best for them. Some questions to consider before making the decision about which would work for your business. Are you looking for a short-term project leader or someone for the long run? How much experience does the person need to be successful as Cco? What type of experience do you want them to have? Do you need someone who can be on-site regularly? Or should they work remotely? What is your budget for this position? Are you looking to outsource some or all of the creative work that needs to be done? If you're unsure which route to take, it's always a good idea to consult with an agency specializing in Cco services. They can help you weigh the pros and cons of each option so you can make an informed decision that's right for your business. Outsourcing your chief creative officer to an agency. One of the most significant benefits of hiring a chief creative officer is that it allows you to outsource some or all creative work to an agency. This can save your company both time and money because they're experts at what they do. meaning less training for new staff members on how things should be done internally. Outsourcing your chief creative officer to a freelancer. Another option for hiring a chief creative officer is outsourcing them to a freelancer. This can be a great way to get help with specific short-term projects. Or if you're not sure yet if you want to hire someone full-time. Freelancers typically have a lot of flexibility regarding working hours, and they often have a lower cost than hiring an in-house Cco or working with an agency. The cost of outsourcing your Cco. When you outsource your chief creative officer, there are a few things to keep in mind regarding costs. First, agencies typically charge a retainer fee and an hourly rate for services rendered. This can add up quickly, so be sure to ask about pricing up front and get an estimate of how many hours they think the project will take. Freelancers also charge by the hour, but their rates are typically lower than those of agencies. However, it's important to remember that freelancers don't have the same overhead costs as agencies do, so their rates may be more affordable in the long run. That also means you're working with one person that may not have a team behind them like an agency. The bottom line is that there are many things to consider when hiring a chief creative officer, and the decision shouldn't be taken lightly. By weighing the pros and cons of each option, you can make an informed decision that's right for your business. Tips for working with your outsourced Cco successfully. As you're working with your outsourced Cco, a few things to keep in mind will help ensure success. First off, it's important to set clear expectations from the beginning, so they know their role within your company and how much responsibility they have. It may be helpful to have them write out a list of goals they'd like to achieve during their tenure. This will help you track their progress and ensure that they're meeting your expectations. Second, be sure to provide them with all the resources they need to do their job successfully. This includes a budget for creative work, access to team members who can help with projects, and support from senior management. Finally, be sure to give them regular positive and negative feedback. This will help them continue to improve their work and make sure they're meeting your company's standards. Questions to ask potential Ccos during an interview. If you're thinking of hiring a chief creative officer, there are a few things you'll want to ask during the interview process. First, what is their experience with creative work? This can include everything from branding and marketing to web design and video production. Second, what is their vision for your company's branding, and how would they go about implementing it? This is a critical question, as the Chief Creative Officer will be responsible for developing and executing your company's branding strategy. Third, are they familiar with your target market? And do they have any ideas on how to reach them? The Chief Creative Officer should have a good understanding of who you're trying to reach with your products or services, as well as how to reach them. Fourth, what are some examples of their past work? This will help you evaluate whether or not they're a good fit for your company's needs and goals. The Chief Creative Officer should be able to provide examples of their previous projects so you can see firsthand what kind of results they've produced. Fifth, what is their process for executing creative work? This can include everything from brainstorming sessions to project planning and execution. You must understand how they go about completing projects, so there aren't any surprises once you begin working with them. Sixth, are they willing to sign a confidentiality agreement? This protects your company's intellectual property and ensures that any confidential information is kept safe. Seventh, what are their rates? This can vary depending on the freelancer's experience and the agency's rates, so getting a range of prices up front is important. Eighth, how many hours per week do they think they'll need to devote to your company? This will help you plan your budget and ensure that they have enough time to devote to your company. Ninth, are they available for long-term or short-term projects? This can vary depending on the freelancer's availability and your company's needs. 10th, do they have any questions for you? The Chief Creative Officer should have some questions about your company and what you're looking for to determine if they'd be a good fit. The benefits of hiring a fractional Chief Creative Officer are plentiful, from cost savings to much needed change. While the risks exist, they can be mitigated with a few key considerations and planning for your company's needs.